Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of our NASCAR Heat 5 2023 Mod Career Mode Season number 4, where you are looking at the race results from the Craftsman Truck Series race at Pocono, where it was Grant Enfinger picking up his first win of the season, followed up by Stuart Friesen in second, Connor Jones in third, Caden Honeycutt fourth, and Ty Majeski rounds out the top 5 here at Pocono, followed by Lane Riggs, Tony Bradinger, Corey Day, Chase Purdy, and Jack Wood, the top 10. See the race results there through the rest of the grid. Austin Hill came down, finished in 13th. Sage Karam in the one truck in 23rd, and then Thad Moffitt, Brett Moffitt, and Timmy Hill at the back of the pack. So those are the race results from the trucks at Pocono. Now the updated Truck Series playoff standings. Just 4 races to go in the Truck Series regular season. Caden Honeycutt and Stuart Friesen are in an intense battle for the regular season championship, but both have officially clinched their spot in the chase on points, as well as their victories. Lane Riggs, Grant Enfinger are looking very comfortable to make it, as is Ty Majeski, sitting 5th, 98 points above Tyler Ankrum at the cut line. Ankrum and Chase Purdy hold 2 wild card spots on points, with Mason Massey remaining the one winner right now in position to make the chase via a wild card spot. Thad Moffitt still needs some points, down in 16th. And then you see the guys are just outside as well, the Benedetto Garcia Road. So a big win for Grant Enfinger. The Xfinity Series was also in action today. Racing there, where it was Connor Zilisch picking up the victory at Road America. So Connor Zilisch gets his second win of the season. Connor Mozak comes home in second. Justin Allgaier third. Nick Sanchez fourth. And Taylor Gray rounds out the top 5 here at Road America. And then Carson Quaffle, Jesse Love, Ryan Ellis with a great run for that team in 8th. Daniel Hemrick in 9th. And Riley Herbst rounds out the top 10. Corey Day gets a 12th place run. Ty Majeski brought home a top 15 finish for Rhett Jones Racing. See the rest of the grid. Chastain finishing 24th in the 9 car. Brandon Jones at the finish he was looking for. So now your Xfinity Series chase standings. They have 5 more races to go in the regular season. Justin Allgaier has officially locked his spot in the chase on points. Jesse Love, Connor Zilisch, and Riley Herbst have all clinched on points, as well as in addition to their victories to making the chase. Daniel Hemrick, Ryan Sieg, I'd say, are looking very comfortable. Carson Quaffle still pretty solid, as is Ryan Truex, both about a full race above the cut line. Then Taylor Gray, Connor Mozak, the last 2 in on points. Brandon Jones and William Sawalich now hold the 2 wild card positions as winners. So anyone below the cut line right now would have to win to find their way into the chase. Those being, of course, Creed, Caruth, Sanchez on the outside looking in. So big win for Connor Zilisch at Road America in the Xfinity Series. Now here we are at the Chicagoland Speedway for today's main event, the NASCAR Cup Series Camping World 400 night race. Story States race. Chris Buescher failed inspection. He'll be starting at the rear alongside Corey Heim, and Denny Hamlin put it on pole position for today's race. So the 11 have to look out for Hamlin to be contender for the win. We are, of course, back in our number 99 Arctic Cooler Chevrolet as we are green and underway in the Windy City. Who is going to bring home the victory here in Chicagoland? We are going to find out as we start this race from 17th, right alongside the 8 of Kyle Busch, who is the driver we are competing against in this second round of the in-season tournament. We have to beat Kyle Busch with our finishing position head-to-head to advance to the in-season tournament quarterfinals at Sonoma next episode. As now we go by the 45 of Tyler Reddick on the inside lane, work our way by Shane Van Gisbergen and Chandler Smith as well as we drive up into 13th here. A great start to this race, but Reddick gives us a little shove and gets out of the groove. The 45 being a little aggressive to start this race here in Chicago. We continue on down the front stretch now and getting a massive run on the outside of Ty Gibbs and Michael McDowell. I'm trying to break my way into the top 10 here, ripping the outside lane, but we just don't have the handling to hang on to it, and we get really loose up on the outside lane, and we slip back down now in a 3-wide battle with Michael McDowell and Ty Gibbs into turn 3. We have to lift so we don't completely run over AJ Allmendinger into turn 3, and the 16 running in 11th, having a solid top 15 run to start this day. And we continue on here 13th. Ty Gibbs goes by us on the inside. Now the 54 going to drive by Allmendinger. I'm still trying to work the outside lane here. 3 wide with the 16 and the 3 of Austin Hill, who drives by on the inside lane. And we continue to struggle early in this race in the middle of the outside lane, dropping back, losing positions. We cut off the nose of Michael McDowell right there to get an aggressive dive underneath AJ Allmendinger, to get into 15th, which we finally passed to clear him. Now we settle into 15th, have to regroup and try to work our way back forward. 2 laps later, we moved up to the 14th position. Denny Hamlin still leading this race From the pole position, comfortably looking like he's definitely going to be a threat for the win as we are fighting Bubba Wallace for 14th as we speak. Bubba on our outside. We're still making it work on the inside lane here. Down the front straightaway, racing hard but clean. That's what you love to see here in Chicago as we chase down the 3 of Austin Hill, who's been having some really good runs lately, running in 13th place right now here in Chicagoland. Of course, just missed out on making this second round of the in-season tournament by losing by about 2 or 3 spots to Chase Elliott last time out in Atlanta. Of course, Super Speedway, we know Austin Hill is a tremendous Super Speedway racer as we continue to battle him and Bubba Wallace. Can we clear the 23 and exit to turn 4? No, Bubba Wallace stays in our outside lane and this battle continues down the front stretch, 3 wide. We swing to the inside of Austin Hill. We're getting after it. We want to take the lead here in Chicagoland Speedway. We really slide up crowd. Austin Hill way out of room, almost into the wall. Well, we do clear Bubba Wallace, and now the battle's on for 13th between Austin Hill and I. Now we get a shove from the 36 of Zane Smith. How about Zane having a great run today up in the top 15, really giving us more shoves than I'm really asking for. He's going to push us into the wall. Zane Smith puts us in the wall, over aggressive with the pushes. And that will cost us multiple positions as Austin Hill, Eric Jones, and Bubba Wallace all drive by us. Now we try to pass Bubba Wallace once again to get in the top 15. We hit the apron, so we got really loose. Slide up the racetrack. Zane Smith gives us another shot. Now we're 3 wide down the backstretch, and I've had about enough of Zane Smith, and the frustrations boil over, and we turn the 36. There goes Zane Smith. He's crashing into turn 3 behind us. No caution. We stay green. As we take out Zane Smith, the tempers flaring here in Chicagoland. And now Fuel Up Saver, we're coming in for our scheduled green flag pit stop right on the outside of the 23 of Bubba Wallace for 15th. Coming in for 2 tires and fuel, though. An aggressive strategy call here is we're going to try to steal some stage points away from the leaders here for the 2-tire pit stop call here. See what that can do for us. Hopefully keep us in the top 10 to get a couple of points. As with where we were running, there was no chance in hell we're getting stage points. So we come out, it looks like a very good stop. Currently scored in 12th, but we're still going to cycle around when we come back by pit road next time by. So we merge on the racetrack, and Chase Elliott's going to fly by us. Now we're 13th. As we go down this back straight, we continue to merge on. Now the 9, Chase Elliott's got smoke coming out the back. Chase Elliott just passed us, and now he's just blown an engine. Huge implications for the 9 of Chase Elliott. Just in the middle of the pit cycle, the engine blows, and Elliott in big trouble, but he'll still be in this race. And now the following lap on the front straightaway, we're going to drive our way all the way up from 11th now into the top 5 up to 5th place as this strategy cycles out. We have done an absolutely brilliant strategy call to get us in a great spot to earn stage points. Now a few laps later, we're trying to hold on to points. Here comes Christopher Bell and our teammate of Ross Chastain in the number 1 Busch Light Chevy on our outside. Last lap of stage 1, trying to hang on to 5th here, but I know there's no way. So we're just going to get really loose here in the center of 1 and 2. Go to the middle lane with these older left side tires. There goes Chastain, Bell, Larson. We go from 5th down to 8th now. The lap car, Chase Elliott, right there behind us, and then William Byron behind him in 9th. So I'm just trying to hang on and salvage whatever points I can here in Chicagoland. We're going to let Chase Elliott go by. We have no qualms with him at the moment. And we'll slide up right in front of William Byron with an aggressive block. Denny Hamlin wins stage 1. We come across in 8th to earn 3 stage points after that creative strategy call. And so now, of course, we get the final stage results. Denny Hamlin, your stage 1 winner. Ty Gibbs in 2nd. Tyler Reddick 3rd. Blaney 4th. Christopher Bell runs on the top 5. Then Chastain, Larson, myself, William Byron, and Justin Haley, the top 10. So a big stage win for Denny Hamlin from the pole position. Now back underway, 18 to go in this second stage of racing. We restart here in 9th, and we'll easily clear Justin Haley in the 60 into turn 1, and now set our sights on the 24 of William Byron, as well as the 5 of Kyle Larson and the 20 of Christopher Bell. And this pass would get us into 6th position as we keep it low right here in the 3 and 4. Great restart so far, doing exactly what we need to do, staying right in touch with the top 5, getting a great run on the inside lane. Some draft from our teammate, the 1 of Ross Chastain. Denny Hamlin now starting to drop back on the outside lane as we have a new leader, that being the 45 of Tyler Reddick here in Chicagoland. And now Blaney giving us a shot through turn 1, so we get a little too high up the racetrack, had to lift once or twice. That allows Christopher Bell to go by. We'll slip down to 6th, which we've been able to defend for a good 2 laps or so until we hit the apron, and then Joey Logano gives us a shot up into Eric Jones. The 43 bounces off the wall. I'm just trying to hang on for dear life here We're 3 wide top with Blaney Logano driving by. Now we just get out of the way of Kyle Larson. We know we're going to start driving down. Then Eric Jones clips us into the wall there, just running out of room, and the caution will come out because Jimmy Johnson had an issue behind us in the 84. And so now we decide to come down pit lane. So Jimmy Johnson, Chase Elliott, and I are all in the equal strategy here. We're going to restart all the way back in 37th place and try to drive our way through the field and hope to use a slight tire advantage right now, but down the long run, the fuel advantage to maybe steal some stage points here in stage 2 as we work by Todd Gillen and Cole Custer. And now the 33 of Jesse Love, the rookie here, to go by him to break into the top 30, which we will do. We go by Jesse Love, go by Chris Buescher now. Work our way by the 97 of Shane Van Gisbergen for 28th, who we will pass. Now by Ryan Preece for 27th. Working on AJ Allmendinger for 20th. We're going to push from Chase Elliott. And of course, Elliott back on lead lap after that shocking, weird mechanical failure at the end of stage 1 that cost him a ton of stage points. Now he's going to give us a way too big of a shove. We accidentally end up squeezing Michael McDowell into the wall right there. My bad. Did not mean to do that to the 71. A few laps later, we have let Chase Elliott go by. Just not worth it with the amount of times he's tried to wreck us. And we'll clear John Hunter. Drive our way up into the top 25. Now we're going to get a big run 3 wide underneath Chase Elliott and Stenhouse down the front straightaway. Try to go by them as well as Noah Gregson and the 38, Chandler Smith and Alex Bowman here. Got a whole bunch of cars here under a blanket fighting for a spot at the very back end of the top 20. Of course, Chandler Smith holding 20th place right now in that number 18 Alaska Airlines Toyota. We'll work the outside of him, not going to be able to do it there. He will clear us, as will Chase Elliott in 21st. And he'll settle back down to 22nd, but we get momentum down the front straightaway here. Take it underneath the 18 of Chandler Smith, and now clear for 21st with 7 to go in stage 2 here at Chicagoland Speedway. A few laps there, we have tracked down the 2 of Chase Briscoe. We go by him to get in the top 20. Now underneath Justin Haley in the 60 for 19th, as of course thinking of real life here in 2025 with Ryan Preece driving the 60. But in our universe it is Justin Haley, so we'll clear the 60. Now we'll go underneath his teammate and co-owner of Brad Keselowski in the 6. So we'll go by Brad for 18th. Now start sights on Carson Hocevar and our in-season tournament rival, Kyle Busch. So it is very important that we get by the 8 here. We have to beat Kyle Busch in finishing position at the end of this race. Right now in stage 2, it's not terribly important. We get to Hocevar sideways. He saves it. We got a little over-aggressive in the corner. Tapped Hocevar, made him get sideways there. He somehow saved it. We all managed to avoid a massive crash right there, so props to all of us for hanging on to it, but it does cost us valuable momentum, and Kyle Busch is now driven away, and now here comes the 60 of Justin Haley, making it 3 wide, and now we're in the middle lane here trying to just clear the 77, which we do, as this battle for 17th rages on with 4 to go in stage 2. A few laps later, Justin Haley has gone by for 15th, and now we tried to side draft Carson Hocevar, made a little bit of contact, and up the racetrack we go. Slipping back down to 17th. Now Brad Keselowski applying the pressure for 18th. Up ahead, there's problems. There's a tire failure, something going on. Caution down the racetrack. That's Justin Haley, who's wiped out of the outside wall. Nearly hits us. Joey Logano will get the stage 2 win, surprisingly. Reddick, Bell, Elliott, Hamlin in the top 5. Then Chastain, Suarez, Larson, Jones, and Byron in the top 10. So stage 1 went to Denny Hamlin. Stage 2 goes to Joey Logano. Here we are on the final stage. Michael McDowell leads us back to green on strategy as we forget the typical NASCAR E5 restart glitch, because for some reason it thought that Justin Haley's spinning car at the end of stage 2 hit us when I don't recall it doing so. And so typical E5 glitch going to give us a horrible restart, which is really, really hurtful this late in the race, as now we got to fight it out for 25th place with AJ Allmendinger and John Hunter Nemechek, which is a battle that we easily win here into turn 3. We're going to 24th place. Now setting our sights on Chandler Smith a few laps later for 23rd. We go by the 18 of Smith into turn 3. And we take that position away. Now once again chasing down the 60, RFK Ford, Justin Haley running in 22nd. The Kroger machine will send it underneath him here into turn 1 and 2. A very aggressive line through the corner. Can't quite clear, but we remain side by side as we get a run on the 48 of Alex Bowman and his ally Chevrolet. That fresh new paint scheme painted by Ziblam. Shout out to him with his 2025 mod, or at least 2025 paint schemes that he released on his website. So now we clear Bowman for 21st. Get to work on Carson Hocevar for 20th position. We dive to the inside of the 77. Try to pass him as well as the 38 of Noah Gregson, who's had a tremendous run of races through the in-season tournament qualifiers and the tournament itself so far, but he really needs a good one today if he wants to advance to the quarterfinals, which is unlikely with him facing guys like Ross Chastain and Kyle Larson in his side of the bracket. And so we continue this 3-wide battle with the 38 and 77. We slide up too high, opening the door for Alex Bowman on the inside lane. Here comes the 48. Contact made right there down the front straightaway. Bowman able to make the pass for 20th. We clear Noah Gregson into turn 1, but at what cost? As Bowman gets a huge slide in front of us, he saves it. Justin Haley gets by him for 20th. We take the run on the 48, cross him over once again for 21st. The same thing we did 2 laps ago. You have to repeat once again after that mistake. So we go by the 48 with a little bit of help from the 54 of Ty Gibbs, who's gone 1 lap down due to some tire mechanical issues, something awry on the strategy, and gets Ty Gibbs a lap down right now. So he's just charging his way through the pack, but it really doesn't mean anything. He's trapped a lap down right now. We continue to battle the 60 of Ryan Priest. Justin Haley, I want to keep saying Ryan Priest, but it's Justin Haley for 20th. And then we go by the 71 of Michael McDowell for 19th here into turn 3 and 4. So into 19th we go, going by the 71. Now the 60 gives us a big shot, and Haley shoves us in the wall, and I'm going to get into him in frustration, and around goes Justin Haley. The 60 is spinning, and his RFK Ford crashing the outside wall. Big time pile up behind us down the front straightaway, and now into turn 1. They are going to throw the yellow. Caution flag is out. Let's take another look at what just happened. Justin Haley shut us up into the wall, so I come down the track, slam into him in just frustration. The temper's boiling over once again today, and Haley gets taken out on the outside wall. Comes down the track, drilled by Sam Mayer, and now Justin Haley will drop back. But we also, to keep in mind here, Todd Gilliland, Austin Hill, Shane Van Gisbergen, Ty Gibbs, and I all came down to pit here for 4 tires and fuel here. Everybody else stayed out. So just keep that in mind as this run continues on here, which likely could be to the finish here with just 14 to go in Chicagoland Speedway. We're already flying with our fresh tires. 3 wide by Chris Buescher and the 21 of Austin Cindric to get into 26. And now we work our way by AJ Allmendinger and now the 84 Jimmy Johnson to get up into 24th position. We are now charging our way through the pack. Joey Logano still leading this race, looking to dominate en route to what would be his 2nd win in the last 3 races. Logano getting hot mid-season here, as now we go by the 18 of Chandler Smith, get into the top 20, as well as the 48 of Alex Bowman. 3 wide. I feel like Superman right now. We are flying through the field with these 4 fresh tires, going by Ryan Blaney and Noah Gregson. Now we send it into turn 1, get into the door of Ricky Stenhouse, being a little over-aggressive right there, trying to just get as many positions as possible, because I'm really trying to beat Kyle Busch in the 8 right now. A few laps later, we've caught Carson Hocevar. Brad Keselowski will shove the 77 up ahead. Clear Keselowski for 16th, going underneath the 77. Into the top 15 we go, and there is Kyle Busch. There is the goal, the man we have to beat here tonight. And we go 3 wide on the inside of Kyle Busch and Chase Briscoe. Can we clear the 8? Yes. We clear Kyle Busch, and now we are leading our in-season tournament 2nd round matchup as we are into 13th place. And now we swing to the inside of Bubba Wallace and the 23. And we'll go by Bubba into 12th we go now, leading our in-season tournament matchup in a great spot for the finish of this race on strategy as well. We'll now dive by Kyle Larson on the inside lane to turn 3 for 11th, as well as work on the inside of his teammate of William Byron, the 24, to get back into the top 10 for the first time since early in stage 2. And now with 10 to go here in Chicagoland Speedway, we have passed William Byron to get back into the top 10. And now a few laps later, your leaders are pitting. Jones, Zane Smith, Logano, Hamlin. All your leaders have come down pit road except for the top 4. So we cycle out to 5th place. Down the ensuing lap, Suarez, Chastain, Bell, and Elliott are in. And we are now your race leader with just 7 to go in Chicagoland Speedway. 2 laps later now, Ty Gibbs, who's back on the lead lap, is charging on our outside lane. I'm fighting him hard here. This is for the win between Ty Gibbs and I, because we are right on our number for fuel mileage. We might have just enough to coast across the line on the last lap. I'm still saving a little bit of gas here in the 3 and 4 while fighting Ty Gibbs, but I know not to do anything too crazy to completely cost us here. But Ty Gibbs gets the pass, and Ty Gibbs takes the lead with just 4 to go here in Chicagoland Speedway. Now 2 laps to go here in the Chicagoland night race. We have just enough fuel. We are on our fuel number right now with this strategy call has worked out absolutely brilliantly, put us in position to possibly win our first ever Chicagoland race. But right now it's looking like it's all Ty Gibbs as we go into turn 3 and 4. Coming to the white flag this time. Buying the 54s on the apron. Ty Gibbs is out of gas. Ty Gibbs is out of gas. He's come down pit road, and we take the lead with the white flag waving. Final lap presented by Credit One Bank. Can we finally pull off the miracle win here in Chicagoland? A track that has been elusive to us our entire 4-season career so far. Can we finally get a win here in the Windy City as we now have a 12-second lead over Todd Gilliland through 3 and 4 of the final time. This final lap, I'm going full send. If I run out of gas, we can coast from here to victory. Out of turn 4 of the final time, through the trial. But now we run out of gas. We're sputtering, but it doesn't matter. We have won in Chicagoland. We have won it finally. We win at Chicagoland Speedway with a brilliant strategy call and some solid fuel saving down the stretch of this race. We win it for the first time in our career. We have won at Chicagoland Speedway, and now we get to burn it down on the front straightaway. And we also advance to the quarterfinals of the in-season tournament at Sonoma, which I feel very confident about our chances of winning whatever matchup we are in there and advancing to the semifinals. So we continue to burn down the Chicagoland Tri-Oval here, right up against the wall here in our Arctic Cooler Chevrolet. Awesome win here in Chicagoland. Scenes you love to see. Just feels great to finally win here. And it was all thanks to Ty Gibbs' misfortunes as we celebrate now in Victory Lane with the crew and the strategy that got us here to Victory Lane. Now get your final race results. Of course, myself, your winner, Todd Gilliland, with a career best runner-up finish, coming home in second place. He played the strategy very strong as well. Ty Gibbs, even though he ran out of gas with 2 to go, still brings home a third place finish. Austin Hill continues to be on a tear as of late, getting a top 5 finish. Shout out Austin Hill in 4th, and Shane Van Gisbergen, SVG, also gets a top 5 finish. Then Christopher Bell, Joey Logano, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, and Tyler Reddick, the top 10. How about Zane Smith in 11th? Shout out to him. See through the rest of the grid there, the rest of the race results with Corey Heim, Ryan Preece, DNFing with mechanical issues throughout the day. So we get a huge win here in Chicagoland, our 8th win of the season already. And then we get the updated Chase grid. 7 races to go in the regular season. We are extremely close to officially clinching our spot in the top 10 in points and our spot in the Chase. And we have a massive regular season championship points lead over Christopher Bell. He, Hamlin, Elliott, Larson, Byron, they're all looking good. Even SVG at plus 71 is looking pretty good, as is Ty Gibbs, Alex Bowman. Joey Logano sits pretty neatly at plus 37. Tyler Reddick holds one of the wildcard spots on points. The other wildcard spot being held by his 2311 teammate of Corey Heim with his win at Canada, with the RFK cars and Ryan Blaney on the outside looking in here as we wind down the end of the regular season. Now here's your in-season tournament bracket. So the quarterfinals will be held next episode at Sonoma. We will be taking on Bubba Wallace head-to-head, which I feel very good about at a road course. Kyle Larson will take on Ty Gibbs head-to-head. Chase Elliott takes on Brad Keselowski, and Tyler Reddick takes on Todd Gilliland, who has been on quite the run, upsetting William Byron and Denny Hamlin in back-to-back races to keep his dreams alive of winning the $1 million prize for being the in-season tournament champion. So there's your bracket. Pause if you'd like to look it over. And before we end this episode, as always, I want to give a special shout-out to my channel members. Thank you very much to Brenda Breen and Jeremy Isley for your support. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me and helps this channel continue to grow and do great things on our road to 1,000 subscribers. All you that are watching, we just eclipsed 950 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for that. And those of you that are watching and are not subscribed, please do subscribe. I really appreciate it. It's completely free. It only takes a couple of seconds, and it really helps this channel out. If you want to become a paid channel member, link for that is in the description down below. And until next time, I hope you all have a good one.